Oh, I
Yeah,
saw
those academics.
that Biden challenged Trump to a debate, and Trump accepted.
He
So I'm
did 2
wondering,
debates.
they're going to be so stemmed up. I can't wait to see like how they show up if they've got those crazy eyes. Like I want to see like how much amphetamines these two get injected with, like just like the Fuhrer passed, to get on that debate stage and do battle, because it's a big deal debate, right? Like Trump's leading
Yeah.
in almost every poll, and specifically in swing states, he's like so far ahead in Nevada that the talk is like something's wrong with the polls, because he's like 7 and sometimes 10 points ahead in places like Nevada and Georgia, which Georgia he's 10 points ahead. Lots of places that were supposed to be purple are like deep red out of nowhere, and then the Rust Belt's up for grabs in places too. Not in Wisconsin, I think Biden's ahead there, but like Michigan, Biden's ahead by like 6 up
Trump
to
is ahead.
7.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what I meant to say.
Michigan.
Pardon me. Yeah, Trump is ahead in all of these important areas. Not all of them, but many
I have Trump
of them.
ahead very slightly in both Michigan and Pennsylvania on the thing I watch. But
Yeah.
there's swing states that are supposed to be Biden's. And
Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens to Virginia as well. Virginia is one that's definitely up for grabs for anybody, but this debate is going to matter, because if somebody really stumbles, that could make the difference in the whole thing. I'd be surprised if they've agreed to 2, but it seems like one of those things where like if you hit a home run in the first one, you're like, I'm not going back up there. I'm leaving on a high note. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They agreed to 2 already, you said?
Yeah, June
Well, they
and
have to spend
September.
the first one talking about who likes Israel more, and then they can talk about America in the second debate, probably.
Well, I don't know. Israel might take 2 debates where they both argue over.
You think so?
Who
You're
loves,
probably right.
Who loves
We'll get
Israel
to America
more?
later.
And who hates Palestine is the second debate. That's going to be exciting.
Listen to creepy Joe Biden. He doesn't love the Jews as much as me. Look at me. I love the Jews. Love them. Ask
You
anyone.
gave your daughter to one, right, sir?
Gave her to the Jews.
Please.
You know what I love? Money. You know what they love? I don't have to finish. I know you.
What do you always say about
He
Jared?
gave the Jews the good daughter too. Just saying.
Yeah. What is it you always say about Jared Kushner?
I gave the Gentiles my ugly son, my ugliest son. I gave him. Or maybe I don't even know.
No, but I'm genuinely looking forward to it. I think it's going to be prime time viewing for me.
His call out was funny. He's like, I heard you're free on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Sick line.
He's like, I'll be taking my plane. It's like, actually, Trump will be actually taking his plane. You're taking the one you're borrowing from the federal government. So I didn't feel like that was a great burn. Like Trump's plane is Trump's
Trump
plane.
replied saying he'd supply his own transportation, which didn't seem like a out of the park home run either. Like, I don't know.
I want to see them compare medicine cabinets.
Like
who's in a more dire situation? It's like, all right, well, Biden is taking stuff to not shit his pants. Trump has not shit in weeks, apparently.
They should just do an MTV Cribs of the White House and the Trump Tower and see which one's doper.
These are Joe's Legos. When he has the energy, he plays. And this is Trump, and he only watches WWE 90s tapes of himself. He's
with a little Home Alone too.
I've been paying close attention to both of them like for a while now, and I still think it's going to depend on which version of each of them turns up, because Biden at the State of the Union was great. That was a very, very good, energetic
of him.
Like he spoke loud, that raspy thing. I saw him do like an ABC interview or some shit recently about Israel Palestine, and he's so raspy that he sounds ill. Like he sounds like he's got laryngitis or something. And it's like, whoa, if you show up like this, Trump's going to murder you. He's going to just talk over you. You've got to be able to come up to his level and interject with Trump, because
Did you hear the mic thing,
over you. No,
the non-speaker's mic will be cut off.
Oh,
boo!
Really?
Fuck
You hate that? Okay. I was on the other side.
Who decides when and where? Like who's
well,
got
I think
the Biden voter with the button.
I'm just there for
it's
the funny
Biden. You
part
have
of it,
90
so.
seconds to reply to this question. Oh, now Trump, you get 30 seconds to rebut, and they can't interrupt each other. And I think their mics get cut off at the end of their time, so they can't take 2 minutes.
Oh, that's
I hate
so lame.
that. That's like a high school debate. This is the fucking world we're talking about. Give him boxing gloves.
Yeah, get him juiced up.
I don't like the talk over each other thing though. Like that's not what I want.
I like when Trump yells at them though.
I want to hear their actual ideas and plans and counters and you say one thing, I want to hear him respond to it. I don't want to hear him begin his sentence, then you just yell over him, and that's what I'm not getting what I want from that.
Yeah.
I mean this seriously, and it doesn't sound like it, but why? What would any of that matter? The stuff that they're saying.
That's I mean, I hear your point, right? Like, it's all lies,
especially
I guess,
Biden, but also especially Trump.
The first
I'm there
debate,
testing competency in like their mental status. Like, I would be fine if they just had like a talk about Call of Duty. Then I could, and it's like, holy shit, Biden doesn't know shit. Like, he said World at War was the best. What's he thinking? He's a Scene Anders fanboy or some shit. We'd know that there was something seriously wrong with the Biden administration. He's a Call of Duty 5 fan. But what I'm getting at is, like, they could talk about anything. I need to see how well they talk about anything. Like, talk about sports, talk about finances. I'd love for you to talk to me about like the stock market or the economy in a very niche area. I don't need you to cover the broad strokes tonight. Yeah. I know where you both stand. You put it on your fucking website. Let me see who's competent, who's still there at 80. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I don't know anybody who's 80 who's sharp.
Not sharp enough to be president, probably.
Because most of them are dead already.
I mean, this is kind of confirmed. It really doesn't matter who's president. Like, it really doesn't seem to.
It matters a little. It matters a little. If you're talking about, like, in some grand scheme of things, it depends. Now, Trump didn't make any wars. That hadn't happened in a long time. It seemed like he just wanted to do little precision.
That was the best thing he did. Was something he didn't do.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's something to say for that, because
now we're all about war again because Lion Biden is in office.
It's back on top, baby, ready to go find
Genocide
some oil
Joe.
somewhere. Let's go, boys.
He's going to do it.
It's now Genocide Joe, and he's clearly engineered a genocide, and he's weaponizing the genociders. That's why he's going to lose, by the way. Yeah, that's why he's going to lose. That's why he's losing in Michigan, is because of this Palestine thing.
It doesn't, I mean, but Trump is just going to come out there.
Levels in Afghanistan, and he didn't pull out. That's not really an anti-war thing. Trump went into Syria. That's not really an anti-war thing. And the narrative that, like, Trump was the peaceful guy, by that measure, you could call Biden the peaceful guy because he kept us out of Ukraine and kept us out of Gaza.
We're not out of Ukraine. We fund the entirety of it.
We do fund, well, not the entirety. That's not right. Europe funds almost as much as we do combined. But I'm telling the truth, though. Yeah, but half and all of it is a lot different.
Okay, well, like a couple raids or bombings in Syria is not funding a war against Russia.
We had
for years
boots on the ground in Syria. We don't have boots on the ground in Ukraine.
I believe we already had those boots on the ground, correct?
Yeah, I think they've been going
ever since
Al-Assad.
It's Gaddafi in Libya.
It's Al-Assad.
He increased the troop levels in Afghanistan. I just think the whole Trump kept us out of war thing is half myth.
He didn't start any new ones.
Well, Biden ended Afghanistan, and he hasn't.
No one likes how he
soldiers.
Did that. That's no a negative on everybody's list.
I'm fine with him taking us out of Afghanistan. That was a good thing.
I don't know
how he did it, though.
It wasn't like Trump did it better. Trump just stayed in there. We'd still be in there if Trump won re-election.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, who knows how anything would be materially different? Maybe it wouldn't matter at all. Because Trump and Biden are literally just going to argue in regard to the Israel shit about which one of them loves Israel more and which one will give more money, and how they're my favorite country. No, they're my favorite.
My favorite, actually.
No, actually, no. Shut up.
What if Donald's take is, because he's a real estate guy, he sees a vast opportunity here. We've got all this property. We've already done the demolition work. That's half the cost. And you're telling me there's no asbestos regulations in Palestine? I got a guy for that. Like it would. I could see him taking that. He's like, how about this? We will buy
that's definitely
Palestine from Israel. What if he buys Palestine?
I think Israel wants it real bad.
I think they'd love us to just buy it and take it over, though.
What's that, Isaiah?
No, sorry, didn't mean to cut off. Do you think they're both, like, tonally adept enough that they would both argue like pro-Israel, or do you think both of them are just going to do the politician thing of being like, well, there's people on both sides, and I like people, so like.
They'll
Trump
do it.
Pro-Israel 100%. Trump is like, they had 80-foot banners of him hanging in Jerusalem. They fucking love him, and he loves them.
Yeah, Trump's take on Israel, I've heard him say they need to finish the job. What Israel's not doing right is they need better TikTok videos. They need better PR around this.
That's true.
He is not saying we should, like, Israel's like, let's just keep bombing. Let's make the rubble bounce.
Have you
Trump
seen
is
the
not
TikToks?
saying that's a bad plan. Trump is saying you just need better TikTok videos around
So
this.
the IDF used to have the best TikToks because they have so many hot ladies, and they I guess they pick a job for those ladies that's like media person, so she just gets to be hot and wear the uniform and tote a gun around, and so it was off the chain. I love their social media, but then I saw there's this trend over there where they dress up like Palestinian refugees, and so like these girls have like blacked out teeth and like rags on and like fake dead babies, and they're like mocking and like dancing and stuff. They're wearing like the black like hooded numbers, and
you haven't
like,
seen these?
No, I'm not on TikTok.
You got to subscribe to all of them.
I see them on Twitter sometimes.
Okay.
And then like you'll see the comments from people
it's
like Muslims, and they'll be like, "You will rule the day that you do this. One day we will finish this solution."
Yeah, sure you will.
And it's like, why am I involved? Why am I funding this?
So Trump's trying to have it one way. Trump's trying to be pro-Israel, and Biden's trying to have it both ways, which I don't think he's really getting. So they're not the same, but maybe they are the same.
Yeah, I don't know. We just finished that like extreme $300 million landing pad we built for them so that we can give them free stuff. So luckily nobody got killed in construction of that.
In the end, they're going to kowtow to their multi-billionaire Palestinian donors.
Can't argue with facts.
Big Palestine. Yeah. A lot of industry there. They make RPG.
a lot of industry, I don't know.
That's kind of it. They make those.
They manufacture fear and hunger. Seemingly. Yeah.
No, it seems like it's pretty rough over there. I'm not sure though. I haven't.
Oh yeah, if you drop me over there, I'd say get me out of here.
Yeah, you think so? I wonder if there's any Airbnb. Zach, see if there's an Airbnb listing in the war zone in Palestine.
Party's not allowed.
No smoking.
No smoking. That would be so funny.
There's a missile impaled through the fucking wall of the building.
But it's done in like a fun way, like at Margaritaville. Like
you hang your hat on. Yeah.
Like a theme restaurant.
Like a mechanical
Don't worry, that rocket is theme restaurant. That rocket real. Don't touch that one.
Waiter, come right to your table. Scream at you for being infidel.
The ration will drop right out of the ceiling, right on your table. I hope you like sour Skittles.
Oh, and then the newest thing. This is the newest thing I've seen, Taylor. I know you don't follow this, so you'll love this. So they've organized huge convoys of semi trucks. Oh, here we go, Palestine, beautiful.
It's nicer than I thought.
Holy shit! Look at that. Oh, look at that spacious fold-out bed.
When were these taken?
Fun?
They have hammocks and benches in Palestine.
I wish they were like helicopters. That's a nice. Oh, like you paramotor while you're there.
That's
fun.
a stunt kite, though.
Oh, now I see why they need to get invaded.
Oh, you got
that's beachfront property.
Picture of the animals' asses.
Yeah, some ladies there. Well, this makes it seem like a good old time.
Oh, kite surfing?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's probably what that kite was.
Yeah,
anyway, what were you saying?
I don't know. What was I saying?
You
said something new you found?
Oh, there's huge convoys of food going into Gaza. Like, I mean, huge convoys of semi-truck trailers loaded down with food. But the Israelis are stopping them at the border and like throwing all the shit off the trucks and setting the trucks on fire.
Damn.
I saw that
like in broad daylight. In broad daylight, they're waving Israeli flags. They're on the mountain of food, and they're going "Death to Palestine" while they pour rice and flour out on the ground and stomp on it. And like,
are these soldiers or just people?
No, these are Israeli citizens.
Well, they're all soldiers because they have mandatory service too.
That's true. And then when night fell, they burned 3 of the trucks that were sitting there. And I mean, you can't imagine the pile of food on the ground that I'm talking about. It looks like that picture of the buffalo skulls from the Wild West. When it was like every buffalo is a dead Indian. They've got that same mindset over there. They're literally like, no, we will starve them. Like they're not like trying to be.
They're not behaving in a chill.
Let's
get along, man.
Well, October
for some
7th
reason.
wasn't very chill, Taylor. October 7th wasn't very chill. Okay,
dude, that whole region not chill. I think we.
You could say that about 9/11.
Well, yeah, 9/11 was a not chill day, but like
Ground Zero
not chill.
on September 11th, very not chill.
You'd be like, hey,
some
all
guys
of New
just
York,
like, yeah, New York
really,
sucks.
all of New York City, not very chill.
Awful vacation. Horrible.
I heard him use that line the other day at one of his rallies. The whole they're They're trying to get through me to get to you. I'm just in the way. And it's like that. That's a good line. That's a good line. like you could see that charged up all those black actors he had standing behind him. Everybody was real pumped when he dropped that line. I've been watching his rallies lately, not for long periods of time. I pop in and watch like 2 minutes to see, is he coherent? Is he slurring his speech any? Mostly he seems like he's kind of like lazing his way through his speeches.
He's
like
sing-songy. That's
yes, I'm reading from the teleprompter what it says in front of me.
Sometimes he gets caught. Like he'll he'll be like talking to me. He's like, yeah. And then
oh, fuck. He was
the Gettysburg
Joe
thing.
Biden doing like needing a teleprompter. And then his teleprompter got turned and he starts complaining, I can't do the speech. My teleprompter is pointing at you guys. Teleprompter's pointing at you. Like, dude, 10 seconds ago, you were saying you didn't need one.
I do like that Biden will just like read the nonverbal cues. He'll be like, America is strong as I am, the strongest country in the world. Pause and look left.
Then he looks right.
The whole looking thing I didn't see, but I did hear the pause one.
I watch montages of it because it gets recommended to me.
He's got Burns hands now.
I see the Montgomery Burns hands a lot. It's sort of this old person don't want to fall down thing, and or maybe it's a motor function thing, like he doesn't like move his arms in loco mode anymore. I don't know, but it's a bad look. I don't fault him for falling off his bicycle. If anything, that was a good showing for him. Woody's explained how those Woody's explained how those foot pegs work on the bike. And I've watched it back and it's like, oh, I'd have fell too. Like he has no choice but to fall. He's attached to the bike. He can't catch himself. He was smart enough seemingly not to put his right arm down and snap it, which is what would have happened. He just fell with the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine having a president in like a cast, like a fourth grader?
Oh, it's got signatures all over it.
I see casts so much differently. To me, they're like the mark of an athlete. Like the people who had casts growing up, those were the football players. Those were the soccer players. Like fucking video game guys didn't wear casts.
Yeah, but like if it would just be so funny to see like one of my friends like now in our mid-30s and be like, what the fuck were you doing?
Dude, like break an arm every 2 or 3 years.
My favorite moment on one of those dating panel podcasts, like man right shows, whatever you want to call them, they asked this whole panel of like beautiful young women, like Donald Trump as he is, or Brad Pitt, but he works at Burger King. You have to marry them. Every one of them wanted Donald Trump.
Yeah, of course.
It was beautiful.
They want the billionaire.
Yeah, that's a short-term investment too, right? Like if I married Donald Trump today, how long would we stay married? 5 years?
For the rest of his life.
Yeah,
surprisingly
that's what
long.
I'm getting
like
at.
They're all sticking around. All those like old politicians, like
he's not going anywhere.
He's the fattest. He's the fattest president we've had in 100 years. I don't even know.
I've never seen Donald get stuck in a bathtub.
We had some real big fatties.
Obama was terrible. He was so fat.
Yeah, Obama. I forgot about him.
That was all CGI green screen. Fucking Disney was making him look that way. You think he's a thin man?
I don't think Bush was that fat. Clinton was fat.
No, not compared to Trump.
Yeah,
probably not as fat as
Clinton
Trump.
was actively running all the time.
He was also like, he's like
30 years younger.
This was like 30 years ago. So
like Trump Jr.'s age.
How is he still
a lot
alive?
of fat ones were like pre.
He's still not as fat as Trump.
Then who?
Carter's still alive.
Carter.
That's wild. I see
Carter
pictures
barely
recently. He looks
He
terrible.
could blow away in the wind.
Frankly.
Yeah, he doesn't look like.
Yeah, he doesn't look lively.
They tell me he is.
I would love to see him throw his hat in the ring.
Carter,
be president again.
One
Carter.
time.
See him in the debates getting wheeled out there.
Then
he's the only one who didn't say anything stupid. My vote's for Carter.
Reagan was not fat.
Nope.
Movie star.
Yeah, I guess
Nixon was a little pudgy.
Yeah, but not
A little
fat.
pudgy.
But
Yes,
Woody's
Trump
right.
is smoking everyone in fatness.
Yeah,
For a
he's
long
50, 60
time.
pounds overweight at least.
Yeah.
Trump's definitely the fattest president in a long time. Maybe it was Buchanan or somebody. That fellow who got stuck in the tub.
That was
president
Taft.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to go back then. Most of them have been.
Oh, Grover Cleveland. He was a big fat fatty. Teddy Roosevelt was fat.
You can say it's like pre like atomic bomb.
Yeah. I know none of these presidents are in color except Trump.
Yeah. And then you get way back. Actually, that was a dark period where we had a couple of really morbidly obese presidents.
There's like a peak.
There was Grover
like,
Cleveland.
People couldn't be that big.
Well, they didn't have to go on camera, you know, because they just had to show up on the back of a train occasionally and give a speech.
Although it's from before then. It's really the Nixon JFK thing that made what presidents look like important.
That makeup scandal thing with the first debates. Yeah. One of them looked like JFK and the other one looked like Nixon.
If people don't know, people who listened to that debate on the radio thought Nixon won, but people who watched it on TV thought JFK won. And it's because he was better looking.
Yeah, William Howard Taft.
He also wasn't sick.
The all-time leader in presidential BMI at 46.8.
I wonder what they used as Trump's height and weight, because that's a tough number to get some truth out of.
Well, I'll see when I'll see what rank Trump. Woody, guess all-time fat presidents.
I mean, Zach wrote it in the chat, so.
Oh, okay. Well, you're right. It's fourth.
Nailed it.
Yeah, Taft 46.8 BMI, making Grover Cleveland look svelte at 38.4. Teddy Roosevelt 34. Trump 33.6. Chester A. Arthur. Who the fuck's this guy? Some fat idiot. John Quincy Adams. Ooh, and that must have been bad because John Quincy Adams, I think he was a teeny little fella, right?
Rotund.
That was before we really.
Porker.
That was before you could like go see the president on TV or something, because we were still electing short people, and we don't fuck with that anymore.
Okay. Let's.
Apparently, Washington was a giant. You know, Washington's like 6'2", 6'3" or something, and would have towered over the average man by like 6 or 8 inches easily.
I choose to believe Washington was very fit. He had to have been, right?
Must have been in his day. I mean, he lived in the woods and marched a lot.
Like, insane.
He was a general.
Like that Shane Gillis bit about him.
Oh, where he's a lunatic. Yeah. Wooden teeth. That's a funny bit.
Dude, have you seen those teeth? They're in a museum.
How can we be sure there is?
What kind of question is that? Why do you always question the facts of the universe? You're like Mac asking if I went through the fucking documents about global warming or God or something. Like
have you poured through the documents, the studies, the literature?
I know, because they're like at the Smithsonian or the George Washington Museum, one or the other. It's something like that.
It's funny. As soon as I asked that, I'm like, why did I ask that?
How do you know? I don't, because they say so, and they have no reason to make it up. And
they're donkey and slave teeth.
Yeah, there's slave teeth in there.
It's like,
are they not all just wood?
No, it's a mixture.
Worse.
Ooh,
worse than wood.
Well, that is worse.
Slave teeth.
Slave and donkey teeth.
Yeah, slave teeth.
Yeah.